Okay guys, so today we are making chocolate chip cookies with brown butter. It's a new recipe. I made it for the first time. I guess it was still wet on the bottom. I made it for the first time yesterday. They turned out really good. I still have 2 left. And I like this recipe because so far they haven't hardened. I find, especially if I'm over mixing, they start to harden. But I think they turned out great. They taste great. The only thing I'm doing differently today is I'm out of vanilla. So we'll see how it tastes without vanilla. Right now we are browning the butter. This takes forever. So we've got to wait for that to brown. It's still melting. But I'd keep the heat around medium to keep it slightly higher because this one is like half dead. Only the outer layer works, so you gotta keep a little higher if your stove doesn't work properly. The ingredients that we need is a cup, just over a cup of butter. Then we need 2 eggs. I would do room temperature. So take them out around when you start browning the butter, because by the time the butter browns and it hardens, they should be good. We need baking soda. Da. All-purpose flour. Cane sugar. Brown sugar. Chocolate chips. I use half or semi-sweet. And then salt for inside and on top. Normally you would use around a tablespoon of vanilla, but again we don't have that. So let's see how it turns out without it. I will be back once the butter. Sorry about that. I'll be back once the butter is fully melted and starting to brown. Probably will take another like 10 minutes. This step takes like 20-25 minutes because you don't want to have it on too high of heat because then the butter is just going to burn. So it does take a while. So we will be back. Okay, it's starting to brown. You'll know it's browning when because it's going to turn brown, but two, it's going to have like a smell that's different. So hold up. So you can see it's starting to brown. You want to take it off now because it's going to burn. So you want to make sure that all of those little brown specks you put into the pot because that's where all the flavor is. So now we're going to throw this into the fridge until it starts to harden and become solid again. Okay, so it has been about 20 minutes. It's starting to harden and I have things to do, so I'm going to do it now. You should probably wait till it's fully hardened. But it's fine. Still, first step is to add the sugar into it. I will be going off of grams because I have a scale, but I also have the weights for people who don't have scales, so don't worry. So first we're going to add the cane sugar. I'm doing 150 grams, which is 3/4 of a cup. So it's 100. There we go. That's 150 grams. And we're going to add the brown sugar, which is 200 grams or a cup. There we go. Now we're going to mix that just until it's like a little bit mixed. And you grab a fork. And then we'll be back and we're gonna add the eggs, and then you would also add the vanilla here once this is mixed. We'll come back for that though. Okay, so it's just mixed. Now we are going to add in our eggs. Here's where the hard part comes. We are going to mix this for 2 to 3 minutes until it is like white-ish and like a little frothy. I will show you what that looks like in like a long time. Okay, it's been like 2-ish minutes. This is what it looks like. It's very pale compared to before. Now we're gonna add all of our dry ingredients. So like a pinch of salt. If you want to measure, then half a teaspoon. I will not be measuring that. It'll be fine. Now we're going to add flour, which is 357 grams, or 2 cups and 3/4. So a lot. Add that. And just fill this. It's going to be empty now. It's fine. Should have waited. It's my fault. So this is probably the most important step once we put everything in, is not to overmix, because if you overmix, it's going to be very like hardened after it cools down. No. There we go. I put a little bit too much, but that's fine. There we go. You gotta make sure you don't overmix it. You want it to literally be like, the second you mix it, you stop. Now, baking soda, we are using 2 teaspoons. That is not a teaspoon. Oh, this is half a teaspoon. 2. The thing tried to run around. There we go. So we're going to mix this. We are going to mix this until it is barely mixed. It'll take a minute, but I'll be back once we're like about to be done so you can see what I mean. So it's not completely mixed, but I'm going to stop here and add the chocolate chips, because we have to mix in the chocolate chips and that's going to mix it more. So I think this should be good. So I'm measuring with my heart, but if you want like an actual measurement, I do 2 to 2 cups and a half of it. It should be good. That was less than 2 cups. I think a little much if you're putting that much, but now you just want to mix it in, and then I'm gonna weigh each cookie just to make sure everything's the same. So I'm making each cookie with the amount. That's 68 grams. So I'm just gonna weigh like negatives so that when I take it out and see how much it weighs. These are the cookies we're ready to go in the oven. We're baking them at 375 for about 15 minutes. Just keep an eye on them. When they start to brown, take them out. Everybody's going to be different based off of their oven. So just like keep an eye on it. So these are the cookies done. I did half of them a little more cooked and half of them a little more raw, because some people like them less cooked. I hope you guys enjoyed the video.